Gibson swings and a fly ball to deep right field. This is going to be a home run. Unbelievable! A home run for Gibson. And the Dodgers have won the game 5-4. I don't believe what I just saw. I don't believe what I just saw.
The line down the left field line for a base hit. Here comes Joy. Here is Junior to third base. They're going to wave him in. The throw to the plate will be late. The Mariners are going to play for the American League Championship. I don't believe it. It just continues. My, oh my.
A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it, throw to Rizzo. It's in time, and the Chicago Cubs win the World Series. The Cubs come pouring out of the dugout, jumping up and down like a bunch of delirious 10-year-olds. The Cubs have done it.
Puckett swings and hits a blast. Deep left center, way back, it's gone. The Twins count it a 7-game. Touch 'em all, Kirby Puckett. Touch 'em all, Kirby Puckett. And the Twins have won this game 4-3 on a dramatic home run by Kirby Puckett.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Hot Takes. Before we get into it, we're going to quickly... That was a great intro. We love our intros, but we're going to play something...
Get into it?
We're going to get into it. Just like Joe Musgrove did. So sit back and listen to some of these, and we'll hop in to our main topic of tonight's podcast shortly.
Smell it, Joe. He wants to get to that finish line.
Since he hit that batter, it's now 12 in a row. Tired by Musgrove. That is lined to right, and it's caught by Myers.
And Joe Musgrove is through 8 no-run, no-hit innings.
Dahl lines one, caught. Cronenworth at second base for the first out of the 9th inning.
Now a career high 109 pitches. 0-2. The pitch is reached for, tapped slowly to the right of the mound. Musgrove has it. He will tag Taveras himself. 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's destiny in Joe.
1 out away. Ground ball to shortstop. Kim will go to first. The San Diego Padres get their first no-hitter in the history of the franchise. And it belongs to San Diego's own Joe Musgrove, sending the Friar faithful into a frenzy.
That is a no-hitter, and that is history. Joe Musgrove with the first no-hitter in Padre history. April 9th, 2021 at Globe Life Field in Arlington, Texas. The kid comes home, and he gets it done.
Well, you don't like to get no-hit, but this is quite a story. And you've got to be happy for Joe Musgrove. Wow.
No, now I'm gonna have to have you send me the audio. One bean ball. Mm-hmm. Guaranteed to be old and decrepit in a few years, at least for me. Mm-hmm. More on that in a minute.
Dadgummit.
Picture this. July night in 1970.
Wait.
Musgrove,
Wait.
12 years old. What?
Wait.
What?
We got to start over.
Why?
I didn't have my mic on.
I heard you.
I know you heard me, but no one else did. Oh, well. Go on with it.
Well, no one heard our awesome live audio of you, but our anchor folks are here for you, at least. Thank goodness. All right. Well,
you'll hear what I said on Anchor. Go watch it. Go listen to it there.
There you go. See, this is the way we can promote the platform. That's how we do it. All right, I'm gonna make sure you're up to speed.
Yes.
So you're live on Twitch now. Your audio is being heard.
It is heard. Correct? People can hear me now.
Okay. All right. So let's move on. Mark Musgrove. That's Daddy. Recalls being furious with Preston Gomez on a July night in 1970. A 12-year-old Padres fan at the time was listening to games on a 9-volt transistor radio in his backyard. A month earlier, he was in attendance when Doc Ellis authored his infamous no-hitter against the Padres at then San Diego Stadium, the very first Padres game that Joe's dad had seen in person. Now you got Clay Kirby. Through 8 no-hit innings, a chance to make history in the franchise's second season. You got a whole bunch of stuff going on, but the Mets foiled that no-hitter. Well, now you got Friday night. Picture this, Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
Last night, from where we're at live. So you got people crowded into the family living room for the usual game night ritual. So the 4th inning, they order salads from Greek Chicken, a favorite dinner spot near their home in El Cajon, California. The meal arrives in the 6th, but it's clear, no one at this point is gonna touch the salads. Anyway, my phone just puked, but anyway, what a great story. In the Musgrove home. I love technology in this show. God damn it. With video pop-ups on devices. Go advertise your crap somewhere else.
We just want to talk about one of my favorite no-hitters I've ever seen.
Oh, really? Okay.
I do. I mean, like I was saying before I clicked one too many buttons, Joe Musgrove, San Diego Kid, as described. By the way, the courtesy of that audio you heard was from KWFN 97.3 FM and Bally Sports San Diego, both calling the final 4 outs of Joe Musgrove.
That final Bally call on TV was amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. And, 117 pitches for Musgrove, 77 were strikes. That's not right. I'm looking at the wrong one. 112 pitches thrown by Musgrove, 77 were strikes. But my point is that, boy, did this look like a great move by the Padres to get him in the offseason. And
sure does.
Granted, it's Texas, but that doesn't mean they're lacking talented hitters.
No, major league hitters, You're in the major leagues. You're a major league hitter.
But to show how much he dominated, besides the fact he no-hit them, every hitter in the Texas lineup, in the original Texas lineup, David Dahl pitched hit, I believe, in the 9th. Besides David Dahl, everyone struck out 1 through 9 except for Tavares. Yeah. So Musgrove literally dominated these guys up and down. And even though he passed his 100, I think by the time the 8th inning was there with 2 outs, he was already at 101 pitches. And he still looked great. I mean, I don't know if he hit that mark in the 7th inning, I don't know if he would have had the no-hitter. But
yeah,
it just, as he said in his post-game interview, it was just meant to be. He said he actually felt bad in warm-ups. He felt like his back was a little stiff. And he was telling Caratini to, let's just stick with the plan and see what happens. And 9 innings later, he makes history. The first no-hitter in San Diego Padres history. And now every team now has a no-hitter, which is great.
It's great, yeah.
So, with that being said, and we'll get back to the answer. What's up, Coach? What's up, Ep? What's up, Ep? That's it.
Hey.
With that being said, do you know, and if you do know it, don't answer it right away, but I want to let the chat guess this one. Do you know the team now that has the longest no-hitter drought? I don't know the date, but I know the team.
I actually do not know.
So I'll let you pick on that for a second.
Has it been 10 years?
I'll have to look at the date again, but I believe it's been longer than 10 years, yeah.
It has been longer than 10.
But while you're mulling on that, I want to give a quick shout-out to, as well, the catcher, his battery mate, Victor Carantini, for setting a little bit of history for himself as well, catching the last 2 no-hitters in Major League Baseball. Back in September, Alec Mills, when he was with the Cubs, when they no-hit the Brewers in Milwaukee, and now here he is catching for Joe Musgrove once again on the road in Texas's new ballpark.
I wonder if anyone's ever done 3 in a row. You would think that maybe it happened in the late 1800s, early 1900s or something.
Well, I'm telling you, man, if there's one thing that Victor Carantini was good at, he knows how to call a game. I mean, he just knows how to call a game. That's why Darvish liked using, nothing against Contreras, but that's why he liked using Carantini as his battery mate.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he was really successful when it comes to getting those corner calls. But, so Carantini has called the last 2 no-hitters. So that's a nice little fun stat here. We got plenty more, but I can't find them all because I saved so many of them. But I'm just happy for him. I really am. And this is and I watched this game probably from the 6th inning on. I didn't watch it through the first 5 innings. But this is one of those games where you sit there as a Padres fan and it's like, this could be the year.
Sure.
If you're a Padres fan, you should be very excited. I really think you should be very excited.
Speaking of, did you see Bob Nightingale's tweet about Tatis?
I did not see his thing about Tatis.
Well, according to him, there is speculation he could be back in 10 weeks.
Yeah, now no doubt that's going to be a huge cornerstone to how far this team goes. Because let's be honest, that other shortstop they got from overseas, his name just literally escapes me right now. He's been a bust. He's been an absolute bust. He hasn't done anything. Granted, it's been a week, but
well, maybe he helped the no-hitter because he got caught stealing to end the top of the ninth. Yeah.
I don't know if that really helps his cause, though. I mean, bad base running.
Right, just gets it over with quicker. Gets the action going again, so the nerves aren't all built up.
So just a couple of quick notes here. Regular season games, 8,206 it took for the Padres to get their first no-hitter. Mm-hmm. As we said before, every active MLB franchise now has a no-hitter. Victor Carantini, like I said, caught the last 2. The one from on Friday night with Joe Musgrove and back in September 13th of last year with Alec Mills. Also by Jeremy Frank at MLB Random Stats. I love this page, by the way. He put up saying that Victor Carantini is the first player to catch MLB's 2 most recent no-hitters since Ryan Hannigan caught both of Homer Bailey's in 2012 and 2013. Didn't know that. By the way, the answer to that question, which team has the longest no-hit drought now that the Padres have their first? And
I'll just say Marlins.
It is not the Marlins. It is stacking up on this poor franchise. It's the Cleveland Indians.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Considering what they have going right now on their pitching staff.
Yeah. Now, I didn't save the date, and that's my fault, but I do remember that it's been longer than 10 years. So.
Well, gosh. Was it Sabathia, maybe?
I'll have to see if I can find that. Let me see here. They have such a good.
Maybe it was CC Sabathia.
It's.
Could be wrong.
That's not what I'm looking for. But, I mean, it does surprise me that it is the Indians because of all these pitchers that they've had. Now, here's some teams that have gone 10-plus years without a no-hitter.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking at the Tampa Bay Rays.
Okay.
You're looking at the Diamondbacks. You're looking at the Rockies, which all three of those teams, their last no-hitter was in 2010. Ubaldo Jimenez with the Rockies. Edwin Jackson, the GOAT, for the D-backs.
Mm-hmm.
And Matt Garza with the Rays. For the Red Sox, 2008 was their last no-hitter. John Lester at the helm.
Nice.
Cardinals in 2001 was their last no-hitter. Bud Smith pitching that game. Yankees in 1999. So.
Who's Ben Larker?
Ben Larker?
I don't know that name.
Now, I believe... Okay, so this might be the date. Yeah, okay, I know why he put Barker in there now. Oh, no, he put Larker, sorry. The Indians' last no-hitter was May 15th, 1981 versus Toronto.
Wow.
So, yeah, there it is. Yeah, franchise also currently owns the longest active... Well, that's the World Series title drought, but... Despite a plethora of Cy Young winners, including 5 awards since 2007, most in MLB in that span, the team has yet to produce a no-hitter since this one in May 1981. So, yeah, the Indians are the longest active team now without a no-hitter. So, 1981.
All right.
There you go.
Put the spotlight back over there.
Time to get to work,
Off of
Cleveland.
Off of San Diego.
Hey, maybe this new name change will be good for them. Maybe they'll win a World Series and get a no-hitter. You heard it here first.
Get rid of that curse. There you go. A curse lifter.
Get rid of the Indian burial ground, maybe. And they can have their own name. Whatever their name will be, which I'm still interested to see.
Yeah.
So.
Well, moving on, unless you got some more to say about the Musgrove and the no-hitter stuff.
Just uber congratulations. And I agree with, they were talking to him after the game. It couldn't happen to a nicer guy. And you know, not to poop on the Pirates, but it must suck even more to know that you just had this guy last year and he goes to another team and he pitches a no-hitter. I mean,
Garrett Cole, Tyler Glasnow,
Jameson
Taillon, Joe Musgrove, Kumar Rock. Oh, no, we're going to say that yet. Sorry.
I'm sure he'll be a Red Sox or something. But no, I mean, and you know, someone to not to go off on a tangent here, but like someone made a good point about that earlier. It'd be like, stop blaming the Rockies recruitment for that. Blame their player development team, you know, which allegedly was reworked over this offseason. Like they have a new set to worry about player development. So if things pick up over there, we could see a nice set of pitchers to stay over there. But I thought that was really fun.
Yes. Speaking of Rockies, we have the announcement this week that Major League Baseball has announced that the All-Star Game now will be held at Coors Field in Denver, Colorado, in case you forgot, and will be relocated the All-Star Game from Georgia over the voting laws issue as a statement by the Commissioner of Baseball, Rob Manfred.
The Commissioner.
Your thoughts on the move? I mean...
Well, we rented... I pretty much got everything I wanted to last week. And...
Okay.
I hate the move in general. I already explained last week. You can go back to listen to our episode last week. But...
When I'm done with it, yeah, and it's going to be blended into this episode, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Just so you're aware.
But...
Not to complicate things for you even more, but...
I think the hardest thing is... I think the crappiest thing about the move is that the fact that Coors Field is now going to be associated with, this was the bridesmaid of the All-Star game. It wasn't going to be here, and now it's here because of some either bullshit or, excuse my language there, either bullshit or totally necessary move by MLB, whichever side of the fence you fall on. But I agree with people that said it should have been in Milwaukee. Because, the theme of the All-Star game was, looking at Hank Aaron, So now you're going to put it in a park that he's not known for. So, okay. And this is what the Rockies are going to get as their All-Star game now. So they really can't put in another request to host the All-Star game for 20 years or something like that?
I don't know. I'm having some audio issues with you on my end here.
Oh, boy.
Okay, now you're better. I don't know what you did. Anyway.
Who knows what I did? I didn't click a button, I swear. I'm doing so much movement with my hands, I can't do this. But
well said. But I just want to reiterate the fact that I think MLB, an organization is okay with playing games in Cuba, though they're no longer under Fidel. It's 89-year-old Raul in charge of things.
Raul.
But
don't leave me, Raul.
Plus, we have the continued acceptance that the MLB is continuing to be aired on China's online streaming platform Tencent Videos, whether you're for or against other things, such as Marco Rubio, what he said about the Biden administration hypocrisy and support. I'll leave that up to you guys, but I'm just putting it out there. But I like Coors Field. Yeah, I think the home run derby should be at its peak. And what did you say? 93 was the last time.
It was something like that. I mean, it's no. I have no problems with the park itself. It should be entertaining. Hopefully, they pick actual sluggers to play in the home run derby this year. Pete Alonso would be nice. Mike Trout would be nice. Shohei Ohtani would be nice.
I want to see Vlad Jr. again.
Vlad Jr., Aquino for the Reds would be great.
Ooh, Aquino would be nice. I want to see Tyler Naquin this year, man. I'm loving him coming out of the gate.
He's looking good. He's looking real good. Heck, you know what? Let's throw in Michael Lorenzen. That dude's jacked.
Okay. Yeah, it'd be fun. Ohtani for the American League, Lorenzen for the National League.
Yeah. Let's have a pitcher versus pitcher, a rare case, But, let's hope they pick out some good people for the home run. And the All-Star game will be fun, too. But, once again, I just can't help but think there's just going to be this stink over the All-Star game this year.
Yeah, you can't help but think that that's probably going to be the case.
And I would say it's nothing MLB deserves, but they absolutely deserve it.
Yeah.
But
and we'll look forward to the collective bargaining in the off season and seeing where that gets us as far as.
Well, okay, so I want to mention something real quick that Ed put in chat. He says he wonders how Atlanta Braves fans must feel have an All-Star game and then they screw it up. Funny you should ask that, because just in the game yesterday, they had the president and CEO of the Atlanta Braves in the broadcast, and they asked him about that. And to be honest, if I remember correctly, he said that he's ashamed that it happened. Like he's I'm trying not to mix his words. You can find the interview, I'm sure, but the segment anywhere. So, it's like 3 minutes. They were talking to him about the players and, the field, what's in store for the Braves. And then they asked about the All-Star game, which everyone knew was coming. Everyone knew that the Braves announcers were going to ask about it. But basically, he said that they were very disappointed, which they did put out that press release that we covered.
Yep.
But he said that now this is not the words he used. I'm just trying to go off memory here. Sure. But he says he gets why it got moved. He doesn't like it that it got moved, but he understands why it got moved. Now, while he didn't say why he was for or against the new voting laws, he did say that voting is a right for your typical hogwash that they're supposed to push out there. Voting rights are a right of every American out there. Our elections are supposed to be, fair and clean, and everyone's supposed to get a chance to let their voice hurt. The same hogwash that you hear from everybody, which I'm not saying it's wrong of him. He's the president and CEO pretty much. So he's supposed to, give off as neutral as a response as he's supposed to give. So I think he tiptoed accurately around the question. I do. I think he said exactly what he needed to say without saying much of anything, But I think it was... To be honest with you,
for
Ep,
public relations, that's the way to go.
To be honest with you, Ep, let me answer it this way. I live in the South, and people are bitter AF down here. They're blaming everything that you can think of. Which, for once it probably is, which, to be honest, it probably is warranted. It's like, oh, if Manfred wasn't such an incompetent commissioner, that's true. That's absolutely true. If COVID-19 wasn't much of a problem, okay, that's true too. If COVID wasn't an issue, maybe we wouldn't be talking about some of these issues.
What's happening with the Rangers, for instance.
Yeah. Which, by the way, the attendance for that perfect game was 27,000, not 40,000 that people were saying. So,
yeah.
Be a little lenient for these guys that are reading and saying, oh, there was 40,000 at packed stadium. No, it was 27,000 people. But, by the way, speaking of Georgia, Governor Kemp did open Georgia for business the other day. So, I'm a lab rat now. We'll be interested to see what happens. But anyway, I don't know the attendance of the Braves game yesterday. But I will say this, and it is something that it's encouraging to see. Even... places can be open. I'm cool with it. Let's open it up. Let's see what happens. Some people are still being personally responsible and wearing their mask, and they're being careful. There's nothing wrong with being careful. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm tired of people shaming other people, whichever way it is. Stop shaming people. If you don't want to wear a mask, don't shame people for it. Let them figure it out. If people want to wear a mask, stop telling them to stay home. No. We're going to go out and we're going to live our lives one way or the other. But anyway, I know I'm talking 50,000 miles a minute, and I know people want me to shut up. But to answer your question, Ep, it is people are bitter down here about everything, But I'm not for the move. I said it last week. I'm not for the move. I wish they would have had it in Atlanta, because next year it's the Dodgers, and then I don't even know where it is the year after that. But yeah, okay, I'm gonna stop. You have the floor.
Well, no, let's just hope that they, make a move forward soon to
get rid of Manfred.
Re-engage commerce with Atlanta.
I'm telling you, man, I'm so amazed at how cursed Atlanta is when it comes to sports. Every time you think you have something good going, there's something in one field that messes it up, Mm-hmm. I just saw on Twitter today. I don't follow hockey. I don't know anything about hockey. But, they said exactly 4 hours ago at the time of we were recording, or maybe that I saw that tweet. I think it's the time I saw that tweet. It said exactly 4 hours ago, at this very second, this many years ago, the Atlanta Thrashers left the ice for the final time.
Oh.
So it was just well, that's a good thing to remember, that rub Atlantans the wrong way. So, but yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, we'll just have to see what happens. I think Coors Field is a fantastic field. I think it's going to provide excitement. I think that'd be probably the only time I'd want to pitch in that ballpark, because nothing counts against you. So
exactly,
and with such a wide outfield, we could see potential triples inside the park, home runs. I think it'll be exciting, but you just can't help think there's going to be this little stink over the whole thing. And it's unfortunate that such a pretty place like Coors Field is pretty much caught in the crossfire because of it.
Yeah. Just to enjoy the pure mountain air, folks, I guess.
Get that Rocky Mountain high. But, yeah, so let's see. What do we got next here? You want to talk some injuries?
Yeah, some people, some surprises, people exiting.
Got a lot of big injuries this week. Yeah, you've already mentioned the update on Tatis.
Tatis. weeks. Yeah.
I
don't know how to feel. That's
10 weeks.
Valid. It's kind of rushing. I don't know. I have no knowledge of the injury itself, so who am I to say? But that's kind of surprising.
Well, if it is 10 weeks, I mean, now all the Padres have to do is keep up with the Dodgers for 10 weeks.
Yeah.
And then see what happens. But speaking of the Dodgers, a couple of guys going into the injury updates, I should say. Cody Bellinger placed on the 10-day IL with a left calf contusion, which he took an accidental spike to his calf on a collision at first base against the A's on Monday. You could watch the video, completely accidental, no intention behind it, and he was limping a little bit, so he's on the 10-day IL for that. Betts was out of the lineup Sunday for a third straight game. He's got back soreness, something minor, but you paid a lot of money to him. You better take care of him. That.
Right.
So a couple of injuries there. Heading over to the Astros, we've got Alex Bregman, who's going to be out of the lineup again. Well, he was out of the lineup today, I should say. Quote unquote, his legs were a little sore, according to Dusty Baker. So that would give him 2 days off because he would be off today and they're not playing game on Sunday. Going to the bullpen for the Astros, Pedro Baez, removed from COVID injury list, which is nice. Now he's put on the 10-day IL with right shoulder soreness. So, just can't catch a break. Going over to the Tampa Bay Rays now. Chris Archer, this guy, I know I talk about how overhyped this guy is, how overrated Chris Archer is. That doesn't mean I wish him on injuries. But unfortunately, he exited the game. I think they were facing the Yankees due to right lateral forearm tightness. So that's always going to make you perk your ears up a little bit. So yeah, Chris Archer. It didn't say which stint they put him on. I guess 10-day until they see what's wrong with him. But
I would assume. What do you think of the Diamondbacks shortstop situation there, Amos? I see Mr. Ahmed, of course, last week got put in the DL, and they called up Geraldo Perdomo. But they've been having problems also with Ketel Marte at the right hamstring, and your guy Tim LeCastro, I think, is having some issues. Is he not, or am I wrong about that one?
Unless I've just missed it, I think he's playing tonight.
Okay.
He's on my fantasy team. Let me check him.
But even so, I mean, you're starting to get a little thin there in the Arizona infield.
Of course, I don't start him, and he's 3 for 3 tonight. As far as I know, he's healthy. Doesn't say anything about him being pulled, so I could just be missing that. But anyway, yeah. I think these are just, your beginning of the season type injuries. We're going to see hamstrings, we're going to see calves, we're going to see maybe even some shoulder sorenesses. Or in Bregman's case, having a little leg soreness. So, J.D. Davis for the Mets struck on the hand by a Chase Anderson pitch Tuesday. He will be on the IL. He did get multiple negative x-rays, so that's good. But other than that, they pretty much are putting him on the IL. It sounds like as a precautionary thing. So, okay. And of course, Noah Syndergaard, Mr. Paper Mache. Sorry, that's Aaron Judge. I don't know what to call Noah Syndergaard, but scheduled to throw a live bullpen session on Saturday. He's progressing well in his recovery from Tommy John surgery, so there's some good news for that.
Hey, Amos, have you ever heard of thoracic outlet syndrome?
Thoracic outlet syndrome?
Well, apparently it's what Trevor Rosenthal of the A's underwent surgery for.
Oh, I thought I looked at that, but I don't recall what that is.
Well, Dr. Akash Chawan.
10 out of 10 name.
discussed it. It's an interesting YouTube video. Here, I'll post it in the chat, so you guys can check it out sometime. But yeah, these nasty shoulder injuries, and the A's are struggling. Let's not mince words. The A's really are out of the gate slow
in every facet. Defense, offense, pitching. I agree.
What else you got?
Let's see here. I'm going to put some minor. Colton Wong on the 10-day IL with left oblique strain. Julio Teheran for the Tigers with a last-minute scratch. He's on the 10-day IL, right shoulder strain. Chris Martin for the Braves, 10-day.
Did you just mention Springer? I was trying to keep track of everything you've been mentioning.
I did not mention Springer.
But his diagnosis is minor grade 1 quadriceps strain, and that's going to delay his return, they think, by 7 to 10 more days.
Right, so he had a setback, correct?
Right, so it's an injury that can be a re-injury easily, according to what I've read here.
See, that sucks. I mean, that sucks.
Yeah, Blue Jays need.
Speaking of re-injuries, James Paxton for the Mariners.
What happened there again?
Well, he was pulled in the second inning. I believe he threw 24 pitches after what they initially thought he was holding his hip. But it turns out that it had to do with his arm. And now it's
UCL,
not determined. Now they're determining whether he's going to have to undergo Tommy John surgery. And I got to say, man, the look on his face when, he was walking with service back to the dugout.
Yeah.
I felt so bad for him.
He just knew it.
He was shaking his head, and I was just like, I wonder if this is the injury that's going to cause him to retire.
Sure.
I mean, you just got to feel so bad for the dude. Another couple side note with the Mariners, Evan White did some jogging Turner Field, or at Target Field, I should say. I can't read. So, speculation is he's going to avoid the injury list. So that's good for them. And, of course, Kyle Lewis cleared each step in his recovery from a deep bone bruise in his right knee. So, he could be back in a week or two. So, good for them. And that's all the injury updates I have. So
yeah, I've been just scrolling and pondering around here too, and I'm not seeing really much else than everything you mentioned. So nice job. I think we covered that pretty good.
Oh no, I closed a tab I needed to get.
Oh no.
I'm telling you, man, we cannot have an episode without either one or both of us screwing something up.
That's it. We're going back to record-only episodes. So
no more live stuff. This live stuff is a curse, which we'll get to that question in a little bit. We actually had someone send us a viewer question.
Oh, yes. Viewer questions.
Well, do we want to answer it now?
Viewer questions. Yes, let's answer it. Viewer questions.
All right, we will answer it now then. So our buddy Green Frog, shout out to you, Green Frog, whether you're here lurking in the Twitch chat or you're listening afterward. He sent us a question on Twitter. He actually asked two questions. Let's start. I actually want to start with the second one because that one I think we can answer a little easier than the first one.
Okay.
I don't know if you saw his second one or not. But
just bring him up.
Okay, so he asked, and I quote, "The City Connect uniforms for Boston." I don't know if you saw those or not.
Oh yes, right. Yep.
He says he says that it looks worse than half of the Diamond Dynasty uniforms you see. Although I understand it, I think it looks lousy, but I'd be interested to hear the hot takes on it.
Okay. Well, first, to explain further, they've come up. You said it's the City. What is it? City looks. What is the line called? The MLB is touting it as.
I think it's like the City Connect jerseys.
City Connect. That's right. So in this case, in Boston's case, they are trying to connect the big weekend of the Boston Marathon tradition. And kind of what it's all about for them, of course, is that horrible attack that happened, what was it, 10 years ago now? Or can't remember the timeline what we're on. But you probably all know or remember what we're talking about as far as that attack goes, where some people were killed and injured. But yeah, they're kind of this yellowish. I don't know, how do you characterize it? Almost kind of like a canary yellow with a aqua bluish type of thing, don't you think?
Yeah, and I'll put a link to the 7 teams and their jerseys here in the chat. I'm doing that right now.
Nice.
So you've got Chicago. The 7 teams are Chicago, Boston. Well, I thought this had a list of all of them. Sorry, don't ignore that link. That was just a Chicago one.
The Chicago, there's that one. Okay.
Yeah, sorry, ignore that one. That was the wrong source here.
So that'll be Bulls City edition for the Chicago.
I know the Diamondbacks are a part of it. The Red Sox, the Cubs.
That's total of 8, though, huh?
I think it's 7.
7. Okay, sorry.
If I could find one that would give me either not 50,000 ads.
That's my problem too. I start to read something and all of a sudden, here, we want to tell you about,
All right, here we go.
Jokic.
Here we go. There's 7 clubs: the Diamondbacks, the Red Sox, the Cubs, the Chicago White Sox, the Dodgers, the Marlins, and the Giants. So, nice. That's all I got to say.
Even the Boston one, you think nice? What do you think?
I mean, I like him. I mean, I wouldn't want to see him every day, but I think for the event, there's a better link. I think for the idea, I really do like him. If this was an everyday thing, like if they said, "Oh, these are our new jerseys," I'd be like, "Oh God, why?" But
I know.
But seeing how they're just, they're going to be on the field only once. So I like what it's doing. It's like a nice little serviceable project. I think it'll make people really look at these jerseys a little more and not fall asleep with the boring grays and whites. I like the color splash. I do.
Yeah.
I do. I like the color splash. Even if I'm not crazy about all the designs, I do like the color splash. So are you not for them?
I'll go with you. Sorry, you were cutting in and out there on me.
No! Stop it.
I'll go with you and say, they're good for just the event. But yeah, it's not something you really want to see beyond the event itself. Again, it'll be retail here, according to your link, on the 6th, or have been available on retail, and then they'll be on the field on the 17th.
Close to $400 for that jersey, by the way, for the Boston one.
Yikes.
No, thank you.
Do some proceeds go to the charities for the victims? That would change my mind a little bit.
It would too if I had more money. As much as I want to help out charities, I don't want to go broke.
There's that too, but I'm just saying, if it's going to be $400.
Amish is rocking one. Yeah, he's wearing some kind of other sport shirt. All right, I'm gonna have to censor that. Where's my black bar I put in? I'm gonna put a black bar, and I'm gonna get a beep button, and I'm gonna put a black bar.
Do they have all? Yeah, they don't have all. They haven't presented them all. Just the Boston ones and the Cubs ones, right? Or
yeah, I don't know if that includes the White Sox as well, but yeah, okay, so as you were saying, the Red Sox will be on the field on the 17th of April. The Marlins are on the field May 21st.
Yep.
White Sox June 5th, Cubs June 12th. Diamondbacks June 18th. The Giants July 9th, and on the Dodgers it just says late August. So it doesn't really give a date.
To be determined.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, should be fun.
They are backed up by Nike, which, despite of what you heard, are not supportive of the new Satan shoes.
So, yeah, they're suing. They're suing.
As they should.
Lil Nas. Lil Nas.
But yeah, that was a good question. Of course, you can let us know what you think about the new uniforms. Where's his second question? There it is. All right, now the second question. Now, once again, Frog, I'm reading your question, and I think I know what it is. I didn't know if we could include players that aren't playing as our answer, so I'm trying to come up with one that I would use.
Alternates.
Former and current. You don't have to if you don't want to, but I'm going to do it that way as well. And he asked, and I quote again, is there an MLB The Show cover curse, like there, he says was, the Madden curse? And if you could replace Tatis knowing he'd be hurt, who would you have cursed with the cover?
All right. So for the layperson listening, again, the Madden curse is known as when the video game series Madden Football puts out their game, there is an athlete that they choose, from the NFL.
Athlete.
Usually, that is the cover of that video game. And what typically happens is that individual gets injured in some form, for whether it be a short-term or a long-term, usually a long-term injury. And they call that the curse.
Which I think Patrick Mahomes broke that, right?
I believe so.
I don't follow the NFL, so people will have to tell me.
Yeah.
Who would you put on the cover knowing that it would curse their season? I guess is what the meaning of his question is.
If we had to choose someone, I think more of a sacrificial lamb type of person, and all I'll say is to generalize it, make it a backup catcher, okay? Make it a backup catcher.
To be on the cover?
Because they are so serviceable now around the majors. You can find, a guy over in the Sandlot that can replace your backup catcher now. Just, that's how diluted the field is becoming.
Yeah. Uh-huh. No, I feel you. So who's your answer? Do you have a specific?
I can't. I'm just going to say backup catcher.
Backup catcher. Okay. Well, I'll tell you my former player. And I was mumbling to myself before we went live how much I hate this person. And I don't care if I'm using the hate word. I literally cannot stand this person. I'm going to go with a big fat old douchebag, Aubrey Huff.
Yep, Aubrey Huff, I do it.
I hope he's on the cover every year, gets none of the proceeds, and, as one Twitter person put it, and I think this is kind of harsh, but it was still funny, he goes, I hope he gets a bad COVID and vaccine. Cannot stand that dude. I don't understand.
Hope he gets the bleach.
I don't understand how people like him have followers. I just don't. I literally don't get it, and I cannot stand the guy so much. But for current, now I want to emphasize something. For the current player, I hope he has a bad season. I don't want him hurt.
Yeah, sure.
Huff, I don't care. Hope he gets hurt. I don't want him to die. Just hope he gets hurt. Probably Carlos Correa.
All right.
Probably Correa. The cockiness of that kid, just him and Bregman just blowing off the cheating scandal.
Yeah.
Like it's nothing. And then
they're so happy about the All-Star game thing, you wouldn't believe, I bet.
Probably. Which, by the way, furious note of the podcast. Nick Castellanos getting a 2-game suspension for his totally non-breaking rules of anything whatsoever. Pretty much just NBA posturizing a pitcher after he crossed the plate. Has now, I don't think he serviced his suspension. He's appealing it, which I hope it gets overturned. But if he serves it, he would officially get more punishment than the Astros players will.
Yeah,
and then that's crazy, right? That's how ass backwards Major League Baseball is. Don't posterize people. We are going to suspend you. You want to cheat? You go for it, but your coaches will pay.
Go bang that damn trash can all you want, bitch.
You beep. No, your coaches will pay, and we're gonna take away prospects. And you know what? You're still gonna be over 500. Oh yeah, that's right, because the players that did it are still playing. Yes. Okay. Got it. Okay. Cool. Sorry, not to beat a dead trash can, but I just wanted to throw that out there.
I love those inflatable ones that they were throwing, or that inflatable one they threw on the field. That was fun.
I got to give credit to that drunk guy that threw it out there. You could tell he was drunk because he threw it, and he's just like... I would probably drink, too, if I was back at a ball game.
We need to have a a Sesame Street night at the park with Oscar the Grouch as your host. But man, yeah, they were playing the greatest music and stuff too. What the hell? There's a really good one in Oakland. I wish I could look it up real quick. But they were just playing, take out the trash, type of jingle, stuff. It's been pretty hilarious.
That's all I got on that one. I was just, I mean, we'll answer any question, but we're gonna curve them a little bit if they're a little too extreme. That's why I curved my answer a little bit.
Not really great at talking about porn stars, so it has to be baseball related.
Let's see. My favorite is probably. Yeah. Okay. So, I didn't have a beep, so I just muted my mic, so no one will know what I said.
I was wondering if I was saying more.
All right, what's next on the agenda here? We are we're 50 minutes actually. So what do we want?
We got to talk about Bauer. We gotta figure out this whole thing that's going on with Mr. Bauer. I'd like to hear your thoughts.
Well, it's not just my thoughts; it's your thoughts. So for those who don't know, do you want to fill them in, or do you want me to fill them in?
I have to find my article.
Well, while you're finding it, I'll give.
By the way, if you could look that up,
yeah,
I would like to bring up something else really briefly for the Pirates fans.
Oh God!
And as the passing of longtime usher Phil Coyne,
Mm.
This guy has been around for 82 flippin' years in the Pirates organization. Part of the United States Army was about the only time he missed as an usher, going from Forbes Field to Three Rivers Stadium to now, PNC Park. Finally retiring at the age of 100 years back in 2000, what is it?
I'm looking for it. I think he sent me something like that.
Anyway, it was great.
Sorry.
They walked off the game that they were celebrating his 100th birthday at too. But yeah, go ahead.
Oh, no, I haven't found it yet. I'm still looking. But I saw an interview they did with him. I don't know when it was. It must have been recent. But this dude looks like such a joy to be around.
Mm-hmm.
Like, seriously. Like, he looked like such a joy to be around. Phil Coyne passed away at 102 years old. This man, if I had to live my life like somebody, it would probably be this man,
Right. If they don't name a section of PNC for him, the section that he was an usher in, there's something wrong with him.
Oh, absolutely. Let's see, 8 decades as an usher for the Pittsburgh Pirates, spanning from Forbes Field to Three Rivers Stadium to PNC Park, and only one tradition lasted longer. Ironically known as Philly to family and friends. By the way, I'm getting this off of here. I'll just put it in chat for people to read along. So, who should the Mets trade DeGrom to? Let's put him on the Yankees. Why not? Coyne ate 2 Oreo cookies with a glass of milk before going to bed every night. That tradition, too, came to a pass when Coyne of Oakland died Friday morning at the age of 102 years old. Just weeks before his one, this man was almost 103. His death came the day after the home opener and on the 20th anniversary of the first official game at PNC Park and the passing of another Pirates legend, Hall of Famer Willie Stargell. And, they have some, nice things they say about him. Coyne's association with the Pirates, this is not a quote, by the way. It's, skipping ahead a little bit. Coyne's association with the Pirates began before he started as an usher. He witnessed a 40-year-old Babe Ruth hit the final 3 home runs of his record-setting career for the Boston Braves on May 25th, 1935 at Forbes Field. The following season, at age 18, he became an usher. That blows my mind already. Coyne was there to witness not only the Babes' number 714, which would stand for nearly 35 years before Hank Aaron broke it on April 8th, 1974, but also Bill
Mazeroski?
That. Heroic home run in the bottom of the ninth inning against the New York Yankees to win the 1960 World Series. This man has seen it all.
Right?
Let's see. Coyne followed the Pirates from Ford Field to Three River Stadium and joined teams that won the World Series in 1971 and 1979. He continued as an usher when PNC Park opened in 2001, enduring the Pirates' 20-year losing streak that ended in 2013 when the first of 3 consecutive wild card berths. Now, the city of Pittsburgh allegedly did honor Coyne on August 29, 2017, as City Councilman Dan Gilman of Square Hill presented a proclamation of Phil Coyne Day for his remarkable commitment to the Pittsburgh Pirates organization and the Pittsburgh community and for demonstrated passion to the game of baseball. And, you know, you could read that whole article if you want. I put it in chat, but holy crap. That's the way I'd want to live my life.
Yeah, right?
You know, usher at 18, pretty much be in it until he passes away.
Yeah.
That's I can't imagine keeping a job for 20 years. I know people do it, but I'm just saying I can't imagine keeping the same job for 20 years, let alone 80. You know. That's amazing to me. That's really amazing to me. So 102 years old, weeks before his 103rd birthday. Phil Coyne. Anything else you got on him?
Nope.
That's it, huh? So yeah, let's quickly hit on the Trevor Bauer thing.
Well, we could maybe do that off air, or, you know.
Do we want to save that for bonus?
We'll tease people. Tell them, check out Anchor. We're on Anchor, which links you, to your Spotify, to your Apple Podcast, to your Google Podcast, to all sorts of different platforms. So go check that out for extra content. But this is our live show, and I didn't want to conclude it without promoting my friend here, Mr. Amos, because starting soon, MLB The Show 21 streams will be coming up for you on his channel.
Ready to get back in the grind. I'm here to defend my title.
What do we got coming up? Defending a title? Well, it's not going to be a Chicago Cubs Fantasy Club title.
It will not be a Chicago Cubs Fantasy title. This is completely new. We are going to be starting. I'm not going to reveal too much. Of course, everybody knows the team already, but we will be having a new series called the Dynasty by the Bay, which is the San Francisco Giants franchise. This will be multi-year franchises. Coach, who was in here earlier, did some fantastic, like a fantastic
graphical
theme
representations.
Yeah, which I will be showing off on my Twitter here in a couple days. But we're under 10 days away. I'm not getting the pre-orders, so I will not start on the 16th. I'll be starting on the 20th. And I just look forward to it, and there's a lot of guys in the group that you're a part in that are doing the same thing. And I know you said that you're not getting 21, but as of right now, you're not. But
to be determined later time.
To be determined. Okay, sorry. But are you at least continuing your twins, or because you've been putting stuff on your YouTube channel?
Yeah, we're still continuing with MLB The Show to the 20. Just, going to broadcast out there when we want to broadcast it out there. Got another one coming up tomorrow night. You can check it out on my Twitch.
Give me one second here.
Action against the Montreal Musketeers. They used to be Tampa Bay, but they moved from Tampa between 20 and 21. So
changed your name.
Be a lot of fun. A little uniform fun you can have checking them out. And
there's Amish's YouTube channel.
And there's a YouTube channel where you can check out my playlist of the entire 21 season and catch yourself up if you'd like. Start at that playlist, play, and go through the whole thing until now.
Hey, but you can always cancel your pre-order.
Oh, is that doing some considerations?
Well, he said he pre-ordered it, but he's going to be playing it on Xbox, and since it's going to be on Game Pass, which basically it's going to be free. I mean, you have to pay for Game Pass every month, but, I mean, other than that, it's pretty much free. So, but the only catch is, of course, if you are into, the cards and stuff, you don't get any collectibles. It's just a standard edition of the copy. You don't get it on the what do they call it? The weekend play. So you have to get, you can only play it on the 20th. Mine is already pre-downloaded.
Of course, the other big news that we're waiting to find out is our vault saves going to be able to be carried over for those that have kept rosters and such things. That's another thing we're kind of waiting on to find out.
They probably won't say. They're definitely not going to say it during Diamond Dynasty.
Yeah, but anyway, plans are being made for that for those that are interested, like I am. And that's another reason why it doesn't matter to me whether I get the game very soon or not. Is that so?
Which some good news in your life, so hopefully you will, and you will join us. Join us. Sorry, one little Seth Rollins there.
That's the other thing too. With this new Stadium Creator engine that's coming out for the next gen consoles, I'm hoping more good news will come from that. Because I think team branding for your franchise is very important in playing MLB The Show and having a fun creator experience.
Yeah, we're going to see what people will do. I'm very excited that we'll incorporate that somehow into the franchise. I don't know how yet, but maybe have
make it fun.
I'll go ahead and post it. I'll go ahead and just tell an idea, and if people use it, that's fine. I don't care. But maybe have like a little stadium creator contest, and whoever has the best looking stadium, I don't know, wins a special prize. I'm sure I'm not the only one to come up with that, so that'd be fun. Free for everyone to do. And then, we show it off on stream and tell us what we like and don't like, and we just rate it.
I'm going to give you one with endless cornfields in the background. I think
that's fine.
Most fun for you.
That would be one of the criteria for sure. Like background, the beauty of the background. And I guess you want to look at it as a realistic way, but I don't know. We'd have to come up with something for that. But yeah, that's fine. So once again, if you do want to, we're going to talk about the Trevor Bauer thing off air. That will be up on our audio portion. So you can follow us on Anchor, or pretty much you could look us up on any podcast platform. Follow us, subscribe to us, give us a review. That would be great as well. Even if it's 3 stars.
More questions.
As the way that Dan Cummins says it, and I love the way, I love this line. He goes, wouldn't change anything, 3 out of 5 stars. So, but, yeah, I think that's the best. I think that's the only thing we do ask of people, like, even if it's not a good review, which we understand that those are going to be had no matter what, give us a review, let us know, because if we can make the show better for people to watch or more entertaining for people to watch, we got to know.
Not about us.
Yeah, we got to know. So, we could speculate all we want what we could do to make it better, but, just like in our own individual channels, if we want to make our shows better, we just want to know from you what you'd like to see or hear. So we do have some people lined up to be guests soon. So hopefully if they contact us again, we will we'll have you on as soon as possible, because we're not sticky. We don't care who you are. Just come on here and promote and talk baseball. We don't care. We're not paid by anybody.
Oh, yeah, no one's paid me. Super PACs. Call me now, Super PACs.
Like, call me Pac-Man. Super Pac-Man. Call me Super Pac-Man. But, so yeah, that's probably going to wrap up for our live show. We're at an hour mark. We are keeping them as close to an hour as we can for many reasons. But want to appreciate you guys being here. If you're listening to this after, thanks for listening. Hopefully you'll join us next Saturday. I would give you a time, but tech issues always push us back. So I'm going to say 3 p.m., but we probably won't start until 8 or 9.
There you go.
So, but with that being said, also as well, by the time we are live again, some people will have MLB The Show. So we hope you're enjoying your copy of the show by this point next year. or next year. Next week. Good Lord, I can't talk. So, happy MLB The Show week. Amish, you're part of Scout Scoops, so you guys are doing something great. I don't know if you want to talk about that or not. So, if you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. So, anyway, closing thoughts, Amish.
Let's go baseball. Good luck, teams.
Let's go ballin'.
Looking forward to seeing what happens next week, through the week. The teams.
Happy opening week, everyone, and we will see you next week on the Hot Takes